Hey mathematicians, today we're going to talk about area. Now, last year you used area also, just like perimeter. However, area is trying to find the distance inside of a shape, so how much space it covers. Well, we're not going to add all the sides because that would find perimeter. For area, we want to do length times width. Now, in question 4, it's easy to see what the length and the width are because they've actually shown it to us. They've written it down. So in this type of question, if we do length times width, then we're going to do 4 times 2. And 4 times 2 is 8. But because we had centimeters here and here, it's centimeters squared because we're multiplying them. Okay? So when we're talking about area, it's going to be squared units. In question 1, they've already told us that each side is 1 unit. That means it's a square. We are not going to add all these ones. We're going to label your length and your width. It's 1 unit. So 1 times 1 is 1 unit squared. So that is the area of number 1. Sometimes an area question will be put on a grid. In that case, you may have to count how many squares to see what the total area is. You could count inside one, and you would count on the outside. If I use my formula, then length times width equals 2 times 3, which equals 6. I'm not sure what the units are, so I'm going to put units squared. Or I could have counted just the squares that are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are a couple of ways of how to find the area of a shape. Sometimes you will be given shapes that are very complex. They don't look like just a rectangle or a triangle. In this case, usually you are given enough information so that you can kind of cut the shape into different pieces. Okay? So in shape 2, it says find the area of the following shape in feet. So I'm going to kind of break this shape into 2 separate shapes. And if I do that, then I realize that this whole line is worth 7 feet, and this line is worth 4 feet. So 7 times 4 equals 28 feet. And here I see that this side is 6 plus the 4 that's at the bottom. See, this would have to be 4 also, which means this whole side, or this side up here, is worth 10, and this side is worth 3. So 10 times 3 is 30 feet. And then I would have to add both pieces together. 30 feet and 28 feet. And I should put my little squared units because it's important. We are doing area. Okay, so 8, 2 and 3 is 5, 58 feet squared. We're talking about the surface area, the area that covers inside the shape, not around, this is not the distance around, but this area, the space inside. Sometimes you might be given a word problem. For instance, Mrs. Lee just bought a new rug. The rug is 7 feet long and 8 feet wide. What is the area? Well, we're going to use our formula of length times width equals area. So our length is 7 and our width is 8, and 7 times 8 equals 56. And we're talking about feet, and because it's area, it's a squared unit. Number 2, Jan ordered a new countertop for her kitchen. The counter is 3 feet wide and 6 feet long. What is the area of her counter? Again, we're going to do area equals length times width. The counter is 3 feet wide and 6 feet long. So 6 times 3 equals 18 feet long, but it needs to be squared because they're area units. Remember that area is a distance inside of a shape, and we find it by doing length times width.